Big John McCarthy and Josh Thompson discussed the possibility of the trilogy between Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje taking place. Two of the most beloved fighters in the lightweight division have had some turbulent times in their careers recently. Dustin lost 3 out of his last 5 fights, including a crushing knockout finish and a submission loss to Islam in his last octagon appearance. As for Justin, his last fight against Max Holloway went horribly wrong. And while he was looking to secure a title shot with a win over Max, he got outperformed and viciously knocked out. Both of them are only interested in big fights only, and one such matchup would be a trilogy. John and Josh share thoughts on this.
Both guys are coming off a loss. Dustin has a loss to Islam in the championship fight. Gaethje has a loss to Max Holloway for the BMF title. That is an awesome trilogy fight. They both have a win. Both, put on great performances. The second one where Gaethje with the head kick was phenomenal. Abso-fucking-lutely put that fight together.
Well, I mean, you've heard from Dustin and him basically saying what most fighters are saying at this stage of their career. I need fights that motivate me. I need fights to get me up. But I'm sorry, but if you're not up for Justin Gaethje, you're going to get killed out there. So the fact that that Dustin's calling for the fight means that guy motivates him enough to say, you know what? Let's run this back. Let's do it a third time. Let's give the fans what they want. Right now, Dustin's at a stage in his career. He's like, I'm looking for the most exciting fight. I'm looking for the one that's going to get me paid the most.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for the ones that I know the fans are going to respect.
Renato Moicano shares thoughts following his victory over BSD. The Brazilian showcased a solid performance in Paris, and after being responsible for some heavy damage on Benua's face, referee had to stop the fight on the advice of the doctor, thus giving Moicano a TKO. The highly excited lightweight then got on the mic and insulted the French president while sharing the wisdom of his political philosophy to the crowd in attendance. He then joined the analysts at the desk to comment on his performance. Moicano claimed that he's in fact the best lightweight in the division, and the improvement he's made in tactical decision-making inside the octagon is the deciding factor. He really doesn't want to fight Rafael Fiziev again, and explained why he hated some of his specific losses.
Everybody was talking about how much Benoit Saint-Denis is tough and he's powerful and he knocks everybody out. Let's be honest, he didn't face anybody. I don't want to say that because Thiago Moises is my friend. I respect Matt Frevola, but I am always honest, and they are not on my same level, I am on different level, and I lost a couple of fights that I hate. I hate the Jose Aldo fight. I hate Rafael Fiziev fight. I don't want to fight Fiziev again any soon, but I hate that fight. Yeah. You know why? Because I didn't shoot for takedowns against an elite striker. That's dumb, and I don't want to be dumb, but I was, Yeah. So I hate that fight, but right now I am the best 155 in the division. I just have to prove it.
Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith are sick of talking about Conor McGregor and his comeback, which might never happen. Despite his inactivity in the sport, Conor hasn't made himself scarce in live appearances, whether it's combat sports events, his pub, or other similar establishments. The Irishman's image as an athlete who's way past his prime, who often can be spotted in different settings under the influence of some substances, has been getting stronger in the public's mind, and while he's been promising not only a comeback fight, but active competition for quite some time now, what is actually taking place indicates a contrasting outcome. When he attended the Joshua versus Dubois fight, he briefly spoke with reporters, telling them that he has 2 fights left on his UFC contract and that he's looking to compete twice in 2025. Like many fans, Bisping and Smith are also fed up with this reoccurring rhetoric.
It's like, we can't keep having the same discussion every 5 minutes.
I know that people get mad at me when I say this, but I'm kind of sick of talking about Conor until he does something. Like, fight or don't.
That was my point.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm with you.
Yeah, it's like, okay, he's coming back.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah, let me know when that happens.
But this time he's really coming back. He's coming. I'm sure he is going to come back. I'm sure he is. I have
maybe.
no doubt.
Yeah, maybe. You have no doubt.
He does. I'm not saying.
You have no doubt.
I have.
You have no doubt. That's what you're saying.
A little bit of doubt.
A little bit.
Tints. No. I think.
Just let me know when it happens. Yeah,
I think he will fight.
Like the week before. We'll talk about it.
Until that time comes, I'm not going to be jumping up and down and going, he's back every time he tweets or goes to. And he's talking about bare knuckle now. Do you know what I mean?
And testing free agency. Like, oh, okay, well. As soon as I heard he wants to test free agency, I immediately thought, Okay, well, this can be the most drawn out goddamn process in the world.
Khabib Nurmagomedov revealed when Islam Makhachev's next fight will take place and spoke about the non-stop flow of dangerous contenders for Islam in the lightweight division. On a press conference during his visit to Malaysia, the former lightweight champion was asked about Islam Makhachev's future, including his next title defense and the possibility of him moving up to welterweight. After UFC was forced to cancel plans for Makhachev versus Tsarukyan fight caused by Islam sustaining an injury, speculation began about what might await Islam upon return. Rebooking the Arman fight seems like the most likely option at this point. However, the upcoming Chandler versus Oliveira rematch, depending on its outcome, can snatch the title shot away from Arman. So the stakes for that one are really high. There's been talk of Islam possibly moving up to the 170-pound weight class, something that he has expressed interest for multiple times. When asked about what the future holds for Islam, Khabib said the following, quote, "There will always be new challengers and title fights. This sport is growing very fast. New young and dangerous guys get into the mix all the time. So yeah, there will always be good opponents for Islam. And yeah, UFC offered us a fight for January and we accepted it. The company will very soon announce the location of the fight and the name of the opponent as well. I will not be announcing that myself, but what I can say is that we are focused on January." End quote. Khamzat Chimaev addressed his haters and revealed going too hard on a Russian vlogger in sparring, inflicting heavy injuries on him. In preparation for his upcoming fight against Robert Whittaker, the middleweight contender was visited by one of his friends, who is a blogger in the Russian sports space. Adam Zubarev asked Chimaev about his opinion on haters and trolls who frequent his comment section on social media. Not too long ago, a video of Khamzat beating up a Russian vlogger in sparring named Mikhail Litvin made rounds online. When asked about this, Chimaev said the following, quote, "Yeah, the boy has some courage, you know? Not everybody would want to spar with me. I kind of went a bit too hard on him and later found out that I broke his ribs that day. But that's the nature of the game. You can't expect me to go too soft on you if you claim you want to test yourself." Chimaev then talked about people criticizing him for this and sent a message to his haters in general. Quote, "It doesn't matter what they write to me in the comments. It's usual online stuff. Those that hide behind screens and hurl insults can't be called men. You're like women to me. We all know what would happen if somehow one of these cowards tried to do that in real life. That's why it's all meaningless. When I was younger, I used to get worked up by some nobodies talking nonsense and insulting me online and wanted to find them and make them eat their words. But as I matured, I understood that it's pointless. There is no meaning behind the words of haters on the internet, so I just don't care anymore. Everybody knows that they're just worthless cowards." End quote.